I just wanted to hand hold this just to get started so I can kind of show you exactly what we're doing here. The bust on this dress is just a little too high. We tried it on the bride. Her apex is more like down here, and the dress is more like up here. Let me know in the chat, can you hear me okay? Tell me where you're from, and I'm going to give you a little earthquake and put you on the tripod real quick, okay? Drop it in the chat. Where are you from, and what is your sewing level? And just let me know that you can hear me okay. I would love to hear that. Let's see here. Getting my other phone set up so that I can see your comments while I'm on the other side of this phone. So you can see how I have this pinned here. Hello, Kiona. It's great to see you again today. Let's see, I'm not sure why this is not starting up. My live isn't working for myself. A Stoecki, thank you. Thank you for loving my videos. Here comes the earthquake. I'm going to try to not hang up on you guys, okay? I need to get a tripod that doesn't shake things so badly. Here we go. There we go. So I'm going to show you exactly how we will alter this dress. Again, it's called a small bust adjustment. It's this little bit right here that we need to bring in. And whenever we're working on an area that has some lace over it, we peel away the lace. Sometimes we have to literally, with a razor, pick away all the stitches that are holding the lace in place, and then have the lace peeled away, and then we take in the tool and then we lay the lace back down. Sometimes that is the case. Other times we get to do a thing that some of us call cut and paste. I'm not sure what the actual name is for it, but it's just like that. It's like cutting around, almost like a sketch or a drawing or something. You cut around that organic design of the lace, and then you just kind of overlay it, and that will reduce things for you. The funny thing is with this dress, the apex of the cups, it's really in the right place for her. There's no reason to have all this extra high lift above the bust. So we're not really, we wouldn't really need to resize this bust if it wasn't cut that way. Like this, I feel like the size of the bust is right. It's just that extra round piece above it that's not right for her. So you could also call this, I would more call this lowering the apex of the bust. Again, traditionally it's called a small bust adjustment. So if you're looking this up online, you're going to look up SBA, small bust adjustment. But I call it lowering the apex when all we're doing is trying to lower that apex instead of having the high perky part. We're not necessarily saying that the full cup size is wrong. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. And I'm going to try again to get my other phone set up. I'm not sure why it's not picking up here. Let's see. View channel, take in the bust. There we go. Now it's working. Elaine is from Georgia. She's a bridal seamstress. And we've got Marg. here for the first time. I can hear you well. Doing alterations on my daughter's wedding dress today. I've learned so much from you, and I'm thankful for all you do and offer. Thank you. I'm so glad to have you with me today. Now, you guys, keep in mind that today is the first day of my fitting room finesse boot camp, and that starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The course is full. We usually do fill up. The course is full. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because I'm hoping that some of them who are joining me are either on now. You let me know if you are on now, by the way, or if you're going to watch the replay of this, because I will mention that to watch this, because I actually have a video of the fitting room experience with this bride. I don't normally do that. It's a very intimate experience, but she was actually compensated and contracted to be a complete subject for me. So it's a little bit different than the other situations. And the reason why I did it was for that boot camp so we could get the fitting room experience. So those that are in the fitting room finesse boot camp, this is one of the dresses we'll be looking at today, and you will see the video of her fitting later tonight. So as I was saying, sometimes you pick away and sometimes you cut around. Now there's a lot of overlap with this lace. Let me show you. See that? I'm going to show you a little bit of both ways, okay? Let us first pick away. Now we've got to come all the way over here to get to the end of a piece of lace to be able to pick away without disrupting the lace. It's the age-old conflict here. Some of you are Team Razor, some of you are Team Seam Ripper. Let me know in the comments which one you are. I'm Team Razor. I love using a razor. It's so accurate and fast, and I don't stab myself. Now you'll see I am breaking this tool. Get you in focus there. Breaking this tool. And that's okay. So some of this is going to be breaking stitches. Some of it's going to be breaking tool. You see the difference? I'm literally just a little bit cutting around that design of the lace. That's perfectly okay. Now I've got to lift this guy off if he'll come off. Sometimes the stacked look is built within the design, and then other times it's two pieces. I think it's built in. All right, so this is what I'm going to do for that little built-in spot. I'm going to cut. Cut right along here. I'm telling you, this has so much in common with coloring in a coloring book. Do you like my audio better, guys? I really invested in my audio in the past couple of weeks. That's kind of part of the boot camp we have going. I wanted to make sure I had really good audio for you all and for these live streams. Let me know if you like it a lot better and if you find that I'm getting a lot less background noise. That's kind of what I was going for. I was running into, you know, having trouble with like the AC going, having the sound of traffic go by, and I was looking for a way that would kind of eliminate all that. All right, so here I'm going to go right along this design. And it's okay. Little holes, little cuts, they're all okay, because remember, we're going to be reducing this and overlapping. So anything that's got little holes or cuts or whatever, it's going to be fine because it's going to be covered. Oh, there's a couple pieces of lace under there. That's nice. I don't want to lose that pretty flower, so I'm just going to cut right before the flower. Perfect. All right. Have any of you done this adjustment before? Let me know if you've done this or if you haven't done this. I would love to know. Also, let me know if you feel like this looks like it's scary. I don't really think it is, but it's kind of scary when you don't, when you haven't seen yet how easily it all goes back together. I feel like it can be a little scary. This is really thick right here. I'm just cutting around the picture that lace is forming. I typically shoot for my live streams to last 30 minutes to an hour. Again, today's will be a little bit shorter because I've got to get off of here and prep for the boot camp, which is a whole different setup. So I feel like somebody in theater that's doing like a quick change today. I did already get my outfit ready though. I might show it to you in a second if I can get this figured out. Might show you my outfit and let you do a little fit check for me and tell me if I look okay. All right. So you can see just how intensely this was sewn. And if I was coming through and trying to just break all these threads away from the tool, this tool would be tore up. So there's no sense in even trying. It's just a good background for this lace. And really, I kind of like to keep this together as much as possible so that we don't lose the pattern of what's going on here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're coming in between the cup and the lace layer. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little relief as well. That's just pulling like crazy. All right, so see where I am? Coming in right there. And I'm going to grab it like this. You can fully remove the cup and just toss them in the bottom of the bag, or you could just remove what you need to remove. That's what I like to leave. I like to leave a little bit there. A lot of times when you lower the apex though, you do have to lower the cup. This one, the cup was in the right place. All right, so I'm going to be starting here. You can see the shape, right? That's the shape. So we're going to be coming down like this and make this the apex instead of this. So this little wedge right here is getting ready to be sewn out of it. All right, let's get you swung around here. Susanna says she does this every single day. What is with it? I mean, come on. Can we have like some designer summit where we can talk to these designers and be like, hey, you're making the waists way too long and the apex of the bust is way too high. And like Susanna said, this is every day, people. Every day. All right. So I literally am just sewing in an arc and my angle got a little messed up there. I'm going to go back and correct that. It's so ugly. Guys, I make mistakes all day long. The dress just kind of fights you sometimes, you know, and just veers you off your path. It's an easy fix though. I'm just going to go in like this. Honestly, I don't even know that you would have to fix it. I just want to get rid of that line so it doesn't like muddy the waters when I show you what I did. And this is the easiest way to rip out a seam, I think. Just break the thread every, I don't know, 3-4 stitches or so on top. Then go back to the back side, break at the start and the finish of that seam. And then there we go. Pull that bobbin thread out, clean up your mess. Here we are. See that new line? So we're not going to have all this perkiness here. That's literally all I do. Sometimes does it require a little bit more? Yeah. Most of the time, this is all I need to do. And we put this right back over and stitch it so you don't even see that. And then this is what we do on the outside to make it look okay. This light is a little overly ambitious there. All right, so now you can tell it's already just kind of laying the way it needs to. And that's what we're looking for. Sometimes we have to extend the opening of our lace area just a little bit so that it tapers more neatly. Now, this is not going to work to have a 3D piece of lace under here, right? So let's try like this. This is what makes it really convincing, guys. You're going to do this sing-song thing, okay? Sing-song. You're going to go under with the left, over with the right, where this 3D lace is. Here's extra stack of lace that I think is just going to make things too thick. All right, and now it's time for the left side to come over and see how that tucked right underneath there. Okay. All right, and come over to the left again because we came over, the left side came over to the right. Right side is going to go over to the left. And I'm only pinning through the very top layer. All right. Do all of this. Let me know in the comments, is this what you do? Or did this just look way more simple than what you normally do? Now, for the part that does take a little bit of time, and we're not going to take all of that time again today because remember, I've got a skedaddle today. Skedaddle, that's an old word, huh? The part that takes the longest is this hand stitching it back down. This is the part that I was saying you really need to work on tapering it at the bottom. That's where you've got to get it nice and convincing. A lot of times you can see somebody has done this work because there's a pucker right underneath the bust, and that's not good. I don't care if you got a taper all the way down to the waist. You do the tapering. And then look at how flattering that's going to be to really come in under the bust. It's going to just kind of carve things out right there. Just scoop. All right. There we go. So I've got this all pinned down. Now let's look at the difference between this bust here and this bust. You can really see the difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this for my hand sewers that work with me. Wow, there's 50 people on today, right now at one time. Guys, that's a new record for us. We're so niche. That's a lot of people. How exciting. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all this sewn down today for my hand sewers to come back through and sew all this down. So none of the guesswork, you know, is going to be there. They're just going to do it. And then when they're done, they're going to press this down, making sure to avoid these little 3D flowers. I don't want them to crush their spirit. So they'll know better than that. And then I'll also have a note for them to sew the bust pads down. And all they do is you just push. You push until you just find the little depression for it to fit right into. And they're going to tack it up here, and they're going to tack it down here. Sometimes when you do a small bust adjustment, you've got to come through and trim this because it'll then push it over and you're going to see it through the mesh. So look out for that. I don't know that this one made that big of a difference because we lowered it up higher, but you can see, look, it's pushing a little closer than it was. So we may have to do a little bit here. No big deal at all. We literally just cut them. So let me know in the comments if that's how you do it or if I did it a little bit differently. All of my lives do stay up on my channel afterwards, so you can go back and reference this. I'm just going to read your comments really quick. Kiona, yes, that's what we're going for. It looks so seamless. That's what we're going for. Hello, Terry, my friend Terry. She's always sending me interesting emails. Susanna, yay, what a breakthrough for you. She said, I'm realizing I do everything the hard way. I separate the center front bust panel from the outer panel every time. Oh, Susanna, that's funny. Don't you cry for me. I'm sure you've heard that before. I didn't mean to say it. But Susanna, I'm so glad you've got this breakthrough to save you some time, honey. Guys, a lot of times with sewing professionally, you've got two different forces at work here. One, you got to price yourself right to begin with, right? But the second thing is you have to know how to work quickly, but it still looks great when you're done. We don't want any messy shortcuts. We want professional, efficient sewing. So I'm so excited to share that. Yes, Kiona, I love the sound of a sewing machine also. It's so soothing. Okay, Debbie, yes, she says I can't find box razors, so I bought the ones for a paint scraper, the long point. That's what she's keeping on her machine. That works just fine. Now, where I find mine is, I wish I had the box to show you guys. It's Warner brand. I find that they last a lot longer than the other brands. I get mine from Lowe's in the paint section. And I wish I could tag them. You know, I do like to tag things. You can see where I tag. I always have like these tagged. My 9-inch dressmaker shears. I usually have my desktop vacuum tagged, and I have my sewing machine tagged. I try to do that for you guys because you ask, like, what is that and where do I get it? But I'm not sure if I can tag the razors. I did try one other time before and they wouldn't let me for obvious reasons. But Warner brand from Lowe's is what you're looking for. Yes, Marg is Team Razor. Kiona says, I used to be scared. Now I want to cut everything and cut and paste. That's right. Elaine says she's done it many times. No Average Girl, welcome back. You're like a regular for me. It's so good to have you. She said that always freaks me out. All these little cuts. It really can. Yes. So, well, I have got to run. Kiona is asking, how do we sign up for the next class? So, like I said, the Fitting Finesse Boot Camp is closed, but I will have replays. Every boot camp I do is live, and then I take that footage and turn it into a course later that you can take. So you're still going to get kind of the same content. It's just not the same level of interaction, but I am always there to answer questions for you guys. So don't feel like if you miss a boot camp that you won't have your questions answered. That's not true. I'll be here for you. So yeah, Kiona, just keep an eye out on my channel. I always mention it. I mention it in my Discord if you want to join my sewing community there, and I always mention it in my Instagram stories. You can also always check it out on the homepage of my website, which is bridalsewing.com. For any of you newcomers, make sure you hit subscribe. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually around 1. Today it had to be noon, and I let you know ahead of time if it's going to be different. But thank you guys for joining. Everybody give me a thumbs up, please. It's really going to help this video have some momentum even after we close it out. It lets YouTube know that you loved this and you want more like this. So you guys all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Bye.